Okay, I'd like to do a tutorial to help you out with the slideshow. The first thing I'm going to do is review what we did in class already. So I've loaded up the Flash file, the same one that's available to you on iLearn, and you'll notice that in this Flash file in my layers palette I've got an actions layer and a buttons layer that's currently empty and a layer for my empty MC. Now, empty MC is simply a movie clip. You can see it where this little circle is. If I double click and go inside that movie clip, you'll notice there's absolutely nothing in here. In fact, it shows a blank keyframe inside my movie clip. So I'm going to go back outside of it, and I'm going to click on that empty movie clip and check its properties. Okay, it has been named empty MC, and it has a X and a Y value of 0 and 0. In other words, the top left hand corner of it is right here in the top left hand corner of my stage. Now I'm going to open up the Actions panel. In this panel you'll notice that there's just one line of code, very simple. It says empty MC, meaning that empty movie clip that's on the stage, load into it this file, zambiaboy.jpg. So what will happen when I test this movie is that the Flash player will look for a file called zambiaboy.jpg in the folder where the FLA and the SWIF exist, and then it will bring that file into the Flash player. So let me just test it out, and it looks like that much of it works. Okay, I'm going to close that. Let me go out and just show you the folder that I'm using. Here's the folder that I've got the preloader 0 in, and then I've got 3 JPEGs. ZambiaBoy.jpg is the one that I just showed you. There's also one called Zambia Elephant and one called Zambia Girl. Okay, so the next thing that we decided to do in class was make it so that I could load another picture. So to do that, I need to give the user something to click on, something that they can interact with. So I've created an arrow movie clip. It's just a triangle. I'm going to drag it out here to the stage. I need to give it a name. So I'll call it Forward MC. And then in my actions, oops, I put it on the wrong layer. I'm going to cut it off of that layer, choose the buttons layer, and paste it in place on the buttons layer. Alright, now I'll open up my actions panel. And for my own convenience, I'm going to click on this little push pin. What that does is it will make the script that's in my script layer the script that's always showing. Even if I click on something, that script will stay showing. So it will be this tab that's open. I could open another tab, but I always like to put all my script in one place anyway, so I'm just going to use that little push pin to make that easier. Okay, so I've got a button called Forward MC. So I'm going to write an event handler function. My noun is Forward MC. And I'd encourage you to type this on your own and not just wait and watch me type it. You'll never learn it if you just copy and paste my stuff, or if you just copy what I type. You need to memorize this formula. So Forward MC, when I click on it, or when my mouse is released on it, I could do a press also. I want to do the following function. And the function that I want to do, basically it's this same thing. So I'm just going to copy that top line and paste it right there in between my 2 curly brackets. And this time I'm going to change that to Zambia Girl. So when I test that, here's my movie. If I click on that, then the next slide loads. Now, one other thing that we talked about in class yesterday was the fact that when we're testing our Swifts locally, pictures load instantly because they're processing on our computer. But if I was on a browser, if I was on a website and somebody is looking at my at this slideshow, they're actually having to download the pictures to their computer, and depending on their connection speed, that might take some time. The way that I can simulate what would happen with another person's computer who's online, so I can go to the view. When the Swift is open, I can go to the view menu. I can go to the download settings and choose the connection speed that I want to try. I'll try DSL, and then I could hit Command Enter again. Once I hit Command Enter, it'll show me what the user would see if they were to open up this Flash movie. So you see how long it took to load that picture. Later on in class, I'll show you how to compress pictures and kind of balance out the high quality with the low file size. But for now, just remember that pictures don't load instantaneously when you're on the web. And we'll figure out, I'll show you how to make a preloader for the picture. But that's not the next thing. I think this tutorial is long enough, just a basic review of what we did in class. And oh, let me do one more thing. I'm just going to copy this button. I'm doing that by dragging it over and holding the Option key. Then with my free transform tool, notice that the shortcut to get that tool is Q. So with the free transform tool, I'm just going to swap that button's direction, and then I'll give this one an instance name of back, and then in my actions I'm going to copy this, paste it, and here I'll say back, and here I want to load boy. When I test it out, I should get the girl when I click forward and the boy when I click back. And right now, that's all that it will do. Every time I click back, it will load the boy again. Every time I click forward, it will load the girl again. Interesting thing that happens when I load pictures or anything into an empty movie clip, whenever you load something new into it, that new thing replaces the old thing. It just kicks it out. Okay, that's it for this movie, and I'll do one more to have you watch for class next time.